Hello, it's Dr. Bridget here with another prescription for success, and today I'm going to be talking about relationships. So, why is it important to think about relationships? Well, we have relationships at home, we have relationships with husbands, wives, partners if we have them, with kids if we have them, if not, with other people, with our teams, with people that we just interact with on a daily basis. And sometimes those relationships just don't seem to be working, and sometimes they seem to be brilliant. And I just thought I'd give you a quick overview of what the issues were with relationships. So, those of you that have been listening to me and watching me for some time will know that we've all got a very different model of the world. And the reason that we have a very different model of the world is that we have different filters filtering that huge amount of information coming in so that we can deal with it. So in relationships, if you just take two people, whoever you want to take, you will have had different experiences to that other person and different memories growing up, school, work, wherever. You're probably going to have different values. So you might find that some people have a value of security and other people might have a value of, wait, let's go for it, let's grow, take some risks and be successful. And you can see that that might cause some issues and challenges in a relationship. Some people have different beliefs because they've had different experiences, they've made different decisions at certain times in their life, and people will have different beliefs about relationships. So some people might believe that relationship is everything that there is in the world and you need to be part of each other. And some people will believe, well, it's better to have an independent relationship within that pair. And then we come to the really interesting one, and this is the most unconscious filter that we've got, and they're called meta programs. And I've done you a PDF for this so that you can just sort of really download that and concentrate on what I'm saying, and then you'll realise why people sometimes just seem to be on a different page or just don't get along, and maybe you can do something about that. So the first question is, when it's time to recharge your batteries, would you like to be alone or with someone else? So you've probably noticed, maybe at work, maybe with your partner, that sometimes people want to just disappear off and have a bath and, have a candle and read a book and just be on their own, and then they feel much better, whereas other people just want to charge off down the pub, ring everyone and have parties. And while there's bits in between of all that, sometimes if you get people on either end of the spectrum, then that can cause some conflict. Then, is it more important for you that you're thought of as a reasonable and rational person or as a caring and feeling person? So I think I probably tend to verge on the reasonable and rational person. Other people might want to think of themselves as a caring and feeling person. And again, that's just a difference. If you have a relationship with someone and you're on different ones of those, then, that can be an issue. If you're going to go somewhere to do something, do you want to plan it or do you just want to take it as it comes? Well, I quite like to plan. I'm a bit of a goal setter. I like to know where I'm going, whereas perhaps my husband just likes to potter along and see what happens during the day. And sometimes I find that really frustrating. And I think that sometimes he finds the fact that I want to plan and go off and reach my goals frustrating. So this is about taking action. So when you come into a situation, do you usually act quickly after sizing it up, or do you do a complete study of all the consequences and then act? And I'm sure you've come across people, whichever of those you are, that do the opposite. So I'm quite an action taker, so if I've decided to do something, I'll be off and doing it. And actually someone described me the other day as a Trident missile, which is slightly interesting. I think that's because I take a lot of action, whereas other people will perhaps think about something for a month or a week or a day and won't take the action, and I might find that frustrating. They might also find me equally frustrating. Then the big picture or the detail. So if we were actually going to do a project together, would you want to know the big picture first, or would you want to know the detail first? and then would you need to know the other? So me, I'm a big picture person. I don't usually need to know that much detail, and say if I'm going on holiday, I know I'm going on holiday. I went to New Zealand last year. I know I'm going there, but then a few days before I might not want to know what airport, what have I got to take, how much money. So I don't need to know the details till quite late on, whereas other people need to know the details straight away. So as you can see, if you're having a relationship with people, whether that's at work, whether that's at home, whether that's in any situation really, you'll see that there's lots of ways that people can filter things unconsciously according to those meta programs, and there are actually at least 18 of those. I've just given you a few. So I just thought that might be helpful, because if you're not getting on with someone, it's probably something going on at an unconscious level. They're just working differently to you, and that's fine, and you can accept that and work with it. So I'm going to write a blog on this. I'm going to put a PDF with those points in, and it's just for you to reflect. So that's Dr. Bridget, another prescription for success, and I'll see you next week. Bye.